host. I was wondering if you all could talk a little bit about the welfare bill. That's the thing that Bob McDonnell has talked about for the last several days. Is something that sort of shows where his views are today on the family and women. And I wondered, since you all were there, if you could talk about that.
Well, I can't. This is Marty Williams. I can't say with specifics, but after I was asked to be on this call, I did kind of review some of Bob's legislation. I was looking at one particular welfare bill that would make sure, and I would have to double check myself on the specifics, but it cut off the funding after a certain amount of time. And I didn't disagree with that, but I don't know how his welfare reform package has transformed his feeling about women and things in the workplace. It's about, cutting off their benefits if they have additional children. I mean, all it was punitive measures that I may have supported. But I didn't, but if that's the idea of welfare reform.
Well, I don't know if we're talking about the same thing. This is the George Allen proposal that Bob carried.
The key term there being the George Allen proposal. I carried a lot of legislation for the governors in my time in the General Assembly. I mean, I carried the biggest health care bill that had been carried out, the patient protection right bill. I didn't even understand half the bill because I was carrying it for so many people. But I don't know that I would call George Allen's legislation a piece of legislation that changed my career, and people should view me in that context. I think the key term is George Allen's bill.
Well, I think the very fact that we have such difficulty recalling the legislation, I think indicates that it certainly didn't have a major impact on Virginia, and likely won't be on the first page of the political history of Virginia. So if he was a key player there, I don't remember it, and I was there watching all this history unfold.